Second round action here in Dublin, and it's two men from north of the border in Northern Ireland who are fighting it out for a spot in the board finals. Super Chin, Daryl Gurney, and the history maker Brendan Dolan back in the venue where he earned his nickname by hitting the first ever double start 9-darter in the World Grand Prix.
140.
Went on to make the final a life-changing week for Brendan Dolan. He was considering walking away from the sport when that happened.
93.
He was going to go back to being a painter with his brothers. I mean, painter and decorator. He's not like an artist. He uses like a roller and a ladder. It's not like oil painting.
60.
Super Chin. Another Northern Irish player. I've already seen Kevin Burness on this board. Kevin Burness with a very similar sort of outfit to Super Chin. Got that whole sort of Iron Man, superhero, Marvel universe thing going on. Gurney will be hoping that this game goes significantly better for him than it did for Kevin Burness earlier when he just slumped to a rather poor defeat to Mick McGowan in a preview to their old Uncle Tom Kirby final next weekend. Both represented Northern Ireland at the World Cup of Darts. It is one of the big stages in World Darts where Brendan Dolan has excelled before now. For my money, a few years back, he and Mickey Mansell, well, there's a lot of waving going on. What's all this about nay, as they might say? Oh, well, not going the ball route. And he's right to do so. Makes it work for him. Most players might have looked at the 20s there to guarantee a dart at the bullseye for the leg with Brendan Dolan on a finish, but not Super Chin. He pins the treble 18 and then the double 8 to hold his throw and go 1-0 up. Now, Dolan has been playing some good stuff so far this weekend. He averaged almost 96 in seeing off Bradley Brooks in the first round today, but he qualified for the European Tour event, averaged almost 104 in his decisive game there. And there have been little signs from Brendan. He had a run to a quarter-final on the European Tour just a few weeks ago. There have been signs he's coming back into a bit of form. Had a quarter-final in Barnsley on the Pro Tour. Well, he dropped his dart and he's slowing things down even more than normal, Brendan. This will be played at a much more sedate pace than perhaps a couple of the games we've seen on this board today. It's not going to be a Ricky Evans,
60.
Simon Stevenson encounter. Doesn't mean it's not going to be good, though. Could be very good.
180.
All going in different directions, those darts, but all exactly where they needed to be. 180 for Brendan Dolan.
100.
Gurney racing through that visit. He feels that this leg has already slipped away from him. He may be right. We're looking at 6, 9 darts maybe for Brendan Dolan from 143. Going to need a couple of visits.
97.
Yeah, that'll do. Leaves himself 46.
$125.
Went out at this stage yesterday, did Brendan. Daryl Gurney, a first-round casualty yesterday. A surprise loser to Jeffrey de Graaf in a last leg decider as Dolan eyes up double 16. That looks a decent guide for him.
Game shot.
And he does pin it. So these guys trading 15 dart legs in the opening two for one apiece.
$180.
180 for Gurney. I am just hearing from my colleague Chris Murphy, who'll be bringing you some action on the other streaming board. Another big name has gone out of the tournament. Gary Anderson withdrew because of injury. Michael van Gerwen beaten in the opening round by Martin
100.
Schindler. And I can confirm that having missed match darts, that the world number 2, Peter Wright, has been beaten in a last leg decider by Robert Owen, the UK Open semi-finalist. Peter Wright is out. However, there have been convincing wins for a couple of big names in the second round. Adrian Lewis, a 6-0 winner over Peter Jakes. All right, the average only around 90. But look at this. Michael Smith,
100.
a first-round loser yesterday, 6-0 against the dangerous Jamie Hughes. Michael Smith has averaged 115.6 in that game.
125.
He didn't win a game at all yesterday, Michael Smith, but today he looks to be firing on all cylinders. Mensur Suljovic has won 6-5 against Aaron Monk. He's in his board final. A 99 average from Mensur, just doing what Mensur does.
55.
Jeffrey de Graaf saw off Mick McGowan. Joe Cullen's beaten Tony the Bear Newell. All of those guys through as Gurney looks at double 18. 12 darter coming in. You betcha. Lovely constructed checkout from Daryl Gurney. Treble 20 misses just outside on the double 18 and then follows it into the target area.
100.
These two, of course, as I mentioned, did represent Northern Ireland at the World Cup of Darts.
57.
Good time for Irish darts in general, Northern and the Republic, with Willie O'Connor making a Euro Tour final. Steve Lennon made a Euro Tour final this year. He's got an average 102 today in a clash with Willie O'Connor. Mickey Mansell
85.
winning a Pro Tour, so he did, for the first time in his career after 10 years of trying. Brendan Dolan coming back into a bit of form. Gurney, of course, the reigning World Grand Prix champion and world number 5. Looking to defend his
100.
title here at the City West. You'd have to say that if you'd asked anybody 3 months ago if Daryl Gurney was likely to defend his title, I think everybody would have told you no, including Daryl Gurney himself and his manager, because he was
100.
just burnt out. But having had a bit of a rest over the summer, gone back home to Derry, been in the garage playing with his cars, as he calls them.
140.
He's actually looking refreshed and looking dangerous again, and he averaged almost 102 in beating Peter Hudson in the first round, having missed a dart at double 12 for a 9-darter, then seen Hudson hit a 9-darter against him, and he still won 6-4. This is the sort of stuff that Daryl Gurney was doing all the way through last year when he picked up his first PDC title and followed it with a win at the Grand Prix. He still only got 2 titles to his name. It just so happens that one of them was worth £100,000 of ranking money. Do you know who else has got 2 titles to his name? Max Hopp. Yeah. Double 8 for Brendan Dolan. 4 legs, 4 holes of throw, 2 apiece as the 2 Northern Irishmen battle it out for a spot in the the third round, to face either Jermaine Wattermainer, the machine gun, cruelly denied by Max Hopp in the latter stages of the tournament yesterday, or Paul Rowley. Paul Rowley has beaten Benito van der Pas, both men averaging 99. Nice to see Benito playing well, but he missed a couple of match darts in a last leg decider, and Rowley took advantage. Dolan piles in his second 180. Oh, warming up nicely this game. It's not the quickest, but it's good quality.
100.
Now then, Brendan, can he follow it up? You know, those great prize hams of 4 arms going in a straight line. Yes, it's a perfect one. Yes, Brendan. The history maker with back-to-back ton 80s. Again, we're looking at a potential perfect leg. Gurney had one hit against him in round 1 by Peter Hudson. We saw 2 yesterday, Michael Van Gerwen and George Killington. Brendan Dolan in the venue where he hit the first ever double start 9-darter. Will not produce a conventional one here. But he does come away with 1 treble that means he'll get darts to break the Gurney throw.
$43.
Now then, Brendan Dolan. Double 16 the target. Absolutely wonderful leg of darts of Brendan Dolan as he swaggers to the board. .102 average for Brendan,
59.
103 for Daryl Gurney. Top level stuff from the top two practitioners of this sport from Northern Ireland.
.86.
You can see on Gurney's stems there on his darts, he's got Grand Prix champion written on one. I don't know how many of those he's got. You know, you do tend to get them in bulk because, I mean, he might have to bin them or at least put them away for a while come 55. The middle of next week. Unless you just, you know, Daryl Gurney thinks, well, look, I won the Grand Prix, I'll always be the Grand Prix champion, even if other people are holding the title.
57.
To be fair, Brendan's been walking around with the history maker written on his shirt for a number of years now, so nobody's going to take it away
100.
from him. Gurney that title, or Dolan that little piece of history that he's got for himself. We have seen double start 9 darters at the World Grand Prix, of course, since then. We saw 2 in a game. Robert Thornton
100.
and James Wade both hit 1. That was the year before Thornton went on to claim the title 3 years back. Thornton still rates that game with James Wade as the best he's ever played, and that's one that he lost. Madman.
96.
More results coming in from around the boards.
104.
This I've already told you through. Ron Muhlenkamp has beaten Darren Webster. Another seeded player is gone. Ricky Evans has beaten Jelle Klaassen in a game that probably took about, I don't know, 4. .120 scored, 71 left. Oh, magnificent setup shot from Brendan Dolan. Absolutely wonderful stuff. 159 to leave double 16. Gurney, can he get a dart at the... No, he can't get a dart into the treble to leave double 19.
58.
Double 16 for Brendan Dolan to really take charge. It really is impressive from Brendan. Is it something about this venue, this place, which has been one of the happiest in Dolan? It was genuinely a life-changing experience for Brendan Dolan to go all the way to the final of the World Grand Prix back in 2011. And it led to him becoming one of the best players in the world for a good long while. He has won 5 PDC titles, all in 2013 and 14, as he was moving up the rankings, moved into the top 10 in the world.
180.
Maximum from Daryl Gurney, second.
.60.
Max Hopp, the winner yesterday, could be about to go out to Ronnie Huybrechts. Ronnie Huybrechts 5-3 up in that game. Kevin Painter is pushing the world champion Rob Croft 4 apiece. Andrew Gilding continues to just lay waste to this field of professional dart players. He is averaging in excess of 100 again, Goldfinger,
95.
and leads 5-1 against X-Factor Andy Bolton. Treble 18 would leave the bull, but I don't think he'd go for it. That's why he stayed on the 20.
100.
And leaves himself the double 12. Mervyn King 3-2. Edgar. Robert Thornton 3-2 up on Mike Langendorf. Steve Lennon, the Irishman, 4-1 up on John Norman Jr., the Canadian. 2 down to the asset, Paul Nicholson, as Gurney looks to get a leg back. Double six. Yeah, very nicely done by Daryl Gurney. A 15 dart leg, maintaining that 100 average that he's been ticking along. But he's going to have to find a break of throw. Dolan knows 2 strong legs on throw will be enough, and he predicts the ton 40 to kick things off. Gurney does have this scoring power that can really worry anybody, though.
140.
Living with Dolan. Rob Cross, 5-4 down to Kevin Painter.
$100.
Ian White versus Nathan Aspinall. One of the games we've got for you over. Of course, a repeat of their clash in Barnsley, the last Pro Tour doubleheader we had when Aspinall went on to claim his first PD. A rank outsider claiming the title. It was Max Hopp who was an outsider claiming the title yesterday, with a number of big names falling in the. Maybe it's opening up for somebody like Daryl Gurney. Looking for just a 3rd PDC title. He has left 90 after 9. It's an excellent leg of darts from Super Chin. But this could be a decent setup shot. Could look at. No, he gambles. It pays off. It leaves him 61, Brendan Dolan. Gurney, will he get a dart at the ball? No, it's better. It's double 15. Oh, that is really good stuff from Daryl Gurney. An 11 dart leg to break after holding with a 15 darter, and the world number 5 has taken control of this game again. He is averaging 104. Dolan is still averaging 100. It has been really, really impressive stuff from the pair of them. I'll tell you, man, you'll be gutted that you've got to wait until, what, the middle of next year, or when is it, April, May, for the World Cup? Because right now, these two have come into a bit of form. They're playing fantastic stuff. And Northern Ireland would be a real force at the World Cup with these two playing like this. Right.
134.
We will see Dolan in the final Euro Tour event of the year. Of course, we will see Daryl Gurney there as one of the seeded players. We'll be seeing Gurney in action here at the World Grand Prix over the next few days, potentially a fair few times if he keeps on playing like this, because that's 180 number 3 for Gurney, equaling the tally of Brendan Dolan. And if anything, he's got better as this game has gone on, and it's fantastic to see Gurney playing like this again after a number of weeks watching him where he just did not look like he wanted to be on the dartboard. Looked out of it. Very creditable debut year in the Premier League for Gurney. But since then, it's been a bit lacklustre.
100.
Perhaps should have won one of the European Tour events this year and threw it away against Michael van Gerwen. This game hangs in the balance, and it could be the next 2 visits that decide it. Treble 17. Bullseye for Gurney. 96. Oh, a fraction away for Daryl Gurney. It would have been a 12 dart leg. Dolan to continue this run of excellence. 11 darter, 16 darter, 15 darter, 11 darter. How about this? It could be another 11. Taking his time. Double 18 for the history maker. Oh, magnificent. This has been stupendous from both men. We've seen 3 11 darters, a 12 darter, 6 180s, 105 average for Gurney, 104 for Brendan Dolan. Whoever wins this will go up against Jermaine Wattermain or Paul Rowley for a spot in the last 16. But
59.
if either of these guys play as they've done in this game, they've got to be considered as genuine contenders for the title. They both know what it takes to go on and claim PDC titles. They've done it before.
140.
They both like this venue. It's here that Super Chin won the World Grand Prix. It is here that Dolan made the final, hit the first double start 9-darter. They're both in form. They've played some good stuff already this weekend. I think we might be looking at a player here who we'll see a little bit more of today over the course of Players' Championship 20. I just don't know which one it is right now.
$100.
Just getting word that Rob Cross, the world champion, has made it through by the skin of his teeth against Kevin Painter, and it looks like Painter has missed match darts. 4 words for you. The first one is how, the last one is luck.
100.
In the middle, it's just is your. But Rob Cross knows what it takes to go and claim a title after people have mismatched darts against you.
57.
Did it at the World Championship. Michael Smith and Michael Van Gerwen mismatched darts against him, and he went all the way. Thumbs up from Daryl Gurney there. He didn't like that visit of 57. It's been a rare miss in this game.
100.
Oh, is that enough, though? 142 for Brendan Dolan for the match. He beat Daryl Gurney in his first ever game against him. That was, what, 4 and a bit years ago.
59.
They've met 6 times since, and Gurney has won every single one of them, including once this year and 3 times last year. They have met every year, 2015, 16, 17 and 18, and Gurney wins. Dolan is not going to take out the 142, but he should
90.
Should get 2 match darts unless Gurney can take out this monstrous finish. And he won't. So Dolan, for his first victory over his fellow Northern Irishman, over his World Cup of Darts partner, his first victory against Daryl Gurney in 7 attempts and in the best part of 4.5 years. Single 20. Gives him 2 match darts at double 16. He has not been missing this very much. And he does not miss it here. That is a fabulous game of darts, and the top 2 players from Northern Ireland. 102 average for Dolan, 103 for the Grand Prix champion Daryl Gurney. We will see Super Chin here at the City West over the next few days as he looks to defend his Grand Prix title. But we could well be seeing a lot more of Brendan Dolan today, because that was fabulous.